right on the microphone. Adjust the chair a little bit. Ah, yes. Woo! Alright, let's play this. Dirge of Cerberus! Symphony of the Bahamut! Nocturne of the Leviathan! Minuet of the Chocobo! Okay, here we go. Let's load it? Alright. So there's that. Little Survivor. Oh, that would be cute, actually, if there was like a band that would call the Little Survivors. Rising up, out from the streets. Did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. Protect the boy. Okay. I'm here to protect you, boy. You can trust me. Man, I look trustworthy. You like my pointy boots? Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. Hey, get back here.
Thanks.
Are we going or what? Anything behind here? Ah. See, I've learned this game now. I figured it out. You like to put stuff behind crates. Oh, I can warp through them, okay. Switch to the... You gonna climb up here, kid? Oh, I gotta be... Alright. Oh no. Damn it, I got the sniper rifle out. Luckily, bullets go through this kid, so we're safe. I wonder why he survived. Dirge of Cerberus. Edge car. Oh, now you run. Ow! Any over here? Nope. You going or what? Oh, that was a weird glitch.
Thanks.
What? Ow! Could have said sniper, but no. Where is he? Oh, he's over there. Somewhere over here. There he is. Let's see, is anything being cut off? No, that's pretty much the aspect ratio that we're going with here.
Received. The keeper is approaching. Watch your backs.
Watch your back. Watch your back, man. Oh, God. Who was he talking to? He was the only guy there. Does he talk to himself? It's like, oh, be careful. What's with the cloud outline or silhouette?
There. That should let you through.
Right.
Right, well, I'm gonna put a bullet in your head now. And Yuffie should have got a spin-off game where she was like a ninja. Every character should have got a spin-off. That would have been awesome. You play as Sid, you just build spaceships.
Mom and Dad. Right? But I couldn't move. I was too scared. But...
You're right, kid. It's all your fault they're dead. You could have totally saved them.
Please! Please! Help me avenge their death!
What are you, Batman? Get out of here. Is this game progressive? I don't think so. I can look real quick, Merluxia. Also, what's up? But I doubt it. No, 480i. There's only like maybe like 20 or 30 games out of the like 3,000 games on the ps2 that are progressive scan. Everything on the ps2 is interlaced. Now, I might be wrong, but if you have a PS3, like the early model PS3, like, you know, the one that, like, not the European one, but the American one, early model fat one, it has a PlayStation 2 built in. And I think if you play PlayStation 2 games off of that, it'll automatically upscale them to like 1080p. So, they won't look that much better, but at least they'll be progressive. But to get one of those is kind of pricey. They go for lots of money used, just because they're like rare. So, and I didn't have that. My PS3, it's still a fat PS3, but it was the second revision, and it was like a 40 gig PS3. It wasn't like, you know, I got it when Metal Gear Solid 3 came out. That's when I bought my PlayStation 3. So, in some ways, I wish I had the fat one, but you know what? I got a PS2. We're just gonna go with it. For PS1 to PS5? Yeah, but I think the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 compatibility is gonna be emulation. Possibly PlayStation 3 as well, so I don't know. I mean, it's good that at least it has emulation on it so it can do that. I mean, same thing with Xbox One. Like, when it plays Xbox games or 360 games, it emulates them. Which makes sense. They're not going to put the same chip or architecture in those systems as the... You know, because if they did that, then the system would cost even more money. It just has the horsepower to emulate the old systems. Yeah, it had a PlayStation 2 chip in it. So it really had a built-in PlayStation 2. The European one didn't have that. The European one is an emulated... They use software to emulate it. I don't know why they did that with the European ones. I just think it would be too costly to put those chips in, because also, who makes them? Like, you know, the factories that made those chips don't make them anymore, and they're not going to retool themselves to make them again. Even though the technology is obsolete, you still have to worry about manufacturing that tech. That's why it's so hard, like, that's why Nintendo stopped production or support of the Famicom in Japan in 2000. Because all the factories that made Famicom chips or, you know, moved on. They no longer produce those chips. That's why FPGA became more of a big deal in the retro community, because we need a way to emulate hardware that's like feasible now, like using, you know, new chips or whatever. It just goes to show, like, you know, even today, like the systems you get today, the Famicom, it's the family computer. It's what the Nintendo is called in Japan. So the original was called the Famicom, and then the Super Nintendo was called the Super Famicom. Because the Japanese like to abbreviate things. You know, like, you know, Capcom, for instance. Their actual full name is Capsule Computer, but they abbreviate it to Capcom. Namco's something like, Nakahima Manufacturing or whatever, and they just abbreviate it to Namco. But all in all, I think what I'm trying to get at is appreciate the systems you have and don't get rid of them, because it's like, if you think you can play them in the future, you might be able to, but there might be compromises. Even like the newer systems, you know, like your ps3 and stuff like that. Well, all games are now progressive. That's the thing. Like the PlayStation 2, for whatever stupid ass reason, a lot of developers didn't use the progressive scan on it. Xbox, the original Xbox, a lot of games were 480p. GameCube, a lot of games were 480p. I mean, I understand why they didn't do that, because a lot of TVs couldn't do 480p. Like a standard definition television could not do 480p unless it was like very late era. All HD TVs can do 480p, but pretty much once the 360 and the PS3 and the Wii came out, everything was progressive. Old PC games and old arcade games are progressive as well. It was just this one era where it was like, you know, they wanted to make their games higher resolution, so they made them 480. But 480 means you can't do progressive on like a standard CRT. Yeah, there were. I mean, I have a friend who has like one of those really late era CRTs. You know, consumer grade, and it's pretty nice. Like it does 480p, it has the component, and it has no digital, like it has no HDMI or anything, which means there's no digital conversion going on at all. It's pure analog. You wanted to get one for Melee? You know, as much as like, at least the guys that play Smash understand the importance of CRT and zero lag. And I can understand, like, any game like Smash or a fighting game or something like that. Or rhythm gamers, like people who play DDR, they need that shit too, because it's like... See, now, the monitors I have are like gaming monitors. They're like 5 millisecond gaming monitors. Because HDMI, yeah, basically, the digital input. What's up, Gingivitis? So that's why I'm able to play like Rocksmith, but even then I get like a 5 millisecond lag off my monitor. There are 1 millisecond, that's true, there are. The problem is though, when it comes to these like monitors, well let me put it this way, the reason why they're not popular, like, you know, for like the mainstream, is mainstream monitors put a lot of bullshit in the image quality, like they enhance the image in certain ways, you know, like image smoothing and stuff like that. And mainstream consumers like that, but gamers hate that because it changes the image of the game, and it adds more input lag. Gaming monitors don't have any of that shit. They don't have any kind of like, image crap or other shit, you know, like input delay or any of that stuff, so they're perfect. But I think the problem with that is like, it's kind of pricey to get, like, you know, it's much cheaper to get a shitty, like, consumer grade input delay one that's 4K than it is to get one that's like, you know, 1 millisecond 4K, but I'm not really into 4K gaming, so. At least not yet, I mean, maybe in the future. Thought about getting one of those for Melee as well? Fixing to fall asleep? Alright, Gingivitis. I mean, I am talking about tech. It can be kind of slow, kind of. It's just, I just find it fascinating that, like, we live in the future, and in some ways technology's gotten better, but in other ways it's gotten worse. A list of the lowest response time monitors of all time. Oh, what's up there? What brands? Because the monitors I use are all BenQ monitors. They're the ones that are used in, like, StarCraft tournaments. You think BenQ? Yeah. Because, like, the BenQ monitor I'm looking at right now is used for, like, Street Fighter tournaments and stuff. That's why it has 2 HDMIs for consoles. And then the PC monitors I use are BenQ, but they're only 60 hertz, which is fine for me. I like 60 hertz and 1080. Also, I don't see the point of going any higher than 60 hertz or 1080 until my stream can actually be 1080. The only thing that's stopping me from streaming in 1080 is my internet speed. It's complete garbage. Or I could put the game to 30 frames per second and stream at 1080, but screw that. I like the 60 frames. Especially on flashing lights, you know, like if a lot of the older games I play use flashing lights for transparencies, or when you get hit, you know, your character flashes. If you're streaming at 30 frames per second, your character just disappears or stays solid. So you don't see the flashing. Oh, wait, I can open this? Oh, that's not opening it, Vincent. There you go. Oh, a shop. Let me see what's upstairs first. Oh, never mind. Oh, where'd you come from? How'd you get down there? You didn't even open a door. You just showed up. Get my gun out. So I was playing this game because, number one, I knew a little bit about the plot of it, and I thought it was kind of ridiculous. But I also thought, like, heard it was a bad game. And now that I'm playing it, it's not really a bad game. I don't consider this game, like, worse than 7 out of 10, you know what I mean? BenQ and Asus. Oh, okay. Like, I don't think it's like a masterpiece or anything like that, but it's not terrible. It's certainly not like the Metacritic score of 57 that it has or whatever. What am I doing here? I can't modify